Good morning, students. So, as we have discussed chapter number 1, crop production and management. Okay. So, in that we have seen agricultural practices. What is agriculture? That also we have discussed that till 10,000 BC people were nomadic. They were wandering in groups from place to place in search of food and shelter. They eat raw fruits and vegetables. They don't know how to cook food and get it. Okay, they also didn't know that how to get the various kind of vegetables from the surroundings. So they don't know how they get whatever materials they get as a fruits, as a vegetables. They didn't know how to cook it and get it. Okay, so later on, after so many years, the agriculture come in a picture. So what is the agricultural practices? You already know that crops are of different types like cereals, vegetables and fruits, and this can be classified on the basis of seasons. That also we have discussed. We have two various kind of food pattern, that is Rabi crop and Kharif crop. Okay. So despite this diversity, because we India believes in diversity, unity in diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be classified, that is Kharif crop and Rabi crop. So what is Kharif crop? That also we have discussed. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crop, that is in between June to September. Examples are paddy, maize, soyabean, groundnut, cotton, etc. are known as Kharif crop. What is Rabi crops? The crops grown in the winter season are called Rabi crop, and their time period is generally from October to March. Examples are pulses and vegetables are grown during summer at many places, and Rabi crop is the examples are wheat, gram, pea and mustard and linseeds. Now basics agriculture practices, in that I have discussed preparation of soil. Okay, because I have explained you that why preparation of soil is very important in that tutorial. Next we have sowing, third we have adding manure and fertilizers, then irrigation, then preparation from weeds, protection from weeds, harvesting and storage. These are the basic steps, basics patterns which we have to follow to get the better crop production. So in that, the preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it, and this allows the roots to penetrate deep inside the soil. Why? Because we know that a root absorbs waters and minerals from the soil. Okay, if the capacity of root is to go deep inside the soil, it can absorb maximum amount of mineral, which is very helpful for the growth and development of the plant. And these organisms, we know that some microbes and earthworms are present in the soil, which helps ultimately in the production of crop production, and they are also a good friend of the farmers. Now preparation of soil, for that we require some tools like plough. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or ploughing. This is the instrument through which a farmer can do this process, that is preparation of soil. This is done by using a plough. Ploughs are made of wood or iron. If the soil is very dry, it may need watering before ploughing. We know that if the soil is very dry, it is very difficult to plough it. Okay, and for that, first of all, we have to just water the soil so that it becomes little bit softened, so that it is very easy to plough it. The ploughed field may have big pieces of soil called crumbs. Okay, a big pieces of soil if it is there, so that we have to just divide into small particles, and that is done with the help of plough. It is necessary to break these crumbs with a plank. Before sowing the seeds, it is necessary to break soil to the size of grains to get better yields. Yields means better crop productions. This is done with the help of various tools, and the main tools used for this purpose are the plough, hoe and cultivator. This is the diagram of plough, and here it is. You can see the hoe and cultivator. Now plough. Plough is being used since ancient times for tilling the soil, adding fertilizers to the crop, removing the weeds and scraping of soil. So these all things are done with the help of the plough before so many years. But now in the agriculture practices we are also using the technology. Why? Because if you do this kind of use this kind of tools in the crop production, it takes time. If you want to plough a whole field within a one day, it is not possible. It takes 1 or 2 days. If the field is very bigger, the area of field is very bigger, then it requires more than 3-4 days. So it is time consuming method. These tools, if you use such kind of tools, it is a time consuming method. So nowadays such kind of technology is available through which within a 2 hours or 3 hours you can just plough the whole field with the help of tractor and some traditional tools that also we will discuss. So it contains a strong triangular iron strip called ploughshare, and the main part of the plough is a long log of wood which is called a plough shaft. There is a handle at one end of this shaft. Hoe. It is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. Next we have seen cultivator. Nowadays ploughing is done by tractor, as I told you, driven cultivator. So tractor is general, but the traditional instruments which are used in the agriculture practices, they are different. So we can just join the various tools and we can do the agricultural practices. The use of cultivators saves labor and time. Labor means if you have a very big area of field, you alone cannot do the ploughing by yourself. So you have to hire some labor, hire some man, hire some human beings to do that particular activity. So you have to pay them. Okay? And it is also time consuming. Within 1 or 2 days you cannot do this activities. So if you use the tractor within a 1 or 2 hours, you can plough the whole field with the help of cultivator. So nowadays tractor is very useful in place of that traditional way of ploughing. Now see the sowing. The very second and very important steps in the agricultural practices is sowing. First is preparation of soil. Now we move on to the next step, that is sowing. Sowing means what? Sowing is the most important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality seeds are selected. Okay, as I compare this process with the exam, if you want to get a better score, so whatever materials you have collected from various sources, you have to just bifurcate the important materials. Same way, sowing means you have to just select the healthy seeds which give you the better crop production. Okay, during the exams you are just selecting some more important questions which helps you to get good marks in the exam. The same way we have to here select the healthy seeds which give you the better crop production. Now how you will identify, how you will judge, and how you will get, or how you will examine the better and healthy seeds. So let's see. Good quality seeds are clean and healthy seeds of a good variety. Farmers prefer to use seeds which give a high yield. Before sowing, one of the important tasks is to know about the tools used for sowing seeds. Before that, how you can judge whether the given seeds are good quality or not? So we can do one activity first. That is, take a beaker and fill half of it with water. Put a handful of wheat seeds and stir well. Wait for some time. So observe and answer. See, if you observe the diagram, are there seeds which float on water? First question. Would those be lighter or heavier than those which sink? Second question. Why would they be lighter? Damaged seeds become hollow and are thus lighter, therefore they float on the water. Okay, you have to take some seeds, keep in the water, wait for some time. Seeds which are lighter in weight, they will float on the water, and seeds which are healthy, they will settle at the bottom. Lighter means just because of some insect, the whole seeds upper portion is remaining as it is, but the inner one, it becomes hollow, means there is nothing inside, so it becomes lighter and float on the water. So now, traditional tool. The tool used traditionally for sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends, and these ends pushes into the soil and place seeds there. Okay, the tools you will see in the picture. Second is seed drill. Nowadays the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractor. This tool sows the seeds uniformly at proper distance. If you observe tools very carefully, there is a distance, proper distance between two sides, and it will not only sow the seed, but it is also in the proper depth sow the seeds. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This prevents damage caused by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. If you use this kind of traditional tool, okay, so it is time consuming. Within a one day you cannot sowing in the whole field, but with the help of this, because this you can join with the tractor and you can within 1 or 2 hours you can complete your task. Not only that, if you use these tools, it is not any guarantee that whatever seeds you are sowing in the soil, it will be in a proper depth, it will sow in a proper distance. Sometimes it happens if the seed is not covered with the soil, so what happen, whatever birds are there, whatever insects are there, or whatever small animals are there, they will just take out that seeds for their food. Okay, so this is a time consuming method and it is not a good method, I can say. Okay, but if you use seed drill, then okay, it save your time. Not only that, in the proper depth the seed sows what, not only that, the between two seeds there is a proper distance maintained with the help of this if you are doing sowing. So this is all about sowing. So next we will see adding manure and fertilizer in next video. Thank you.